This week has become a little bit disjointed, as weeks generally do around here. But because I installed the partition walls in the garage after I had kind of settled on my Trusscore order and added the whole storage room area, I actually didn't have enough Trusscore to finish the whole space, so I had to order more. Fortunately, there's lots to do outside of installing and finishing up the Trusscore, so we moved on to installing the TV. The TV mount itself was really important because I wanted a TV that you could see while you're doing cardio, so you're up a little bit higher. You could see from every angle in the gym, so we got a TV mount that could not only swivel from side to side, but could also tilt down so that if you're on the floor, you can see the TV without having to strain your neck. And we also had some of the other gym components to install as well that are up high enough that they're out of the way so that when we're working on finishing the floor, installing the gym mats and all of the other things that need to happen, they're not interfering with the space. One way or another, we're continuing to make forward progress on this garage, even though we aren't doing things completely in the right order that they should be done. First piece of gym equipment being installed. You can hold it up, I guess?
So,
We're both gonna have to be up here. This is awkward. Once we get the top ones, then it'll be fine.
yeah, that's true.
Oh.
Too low.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like sucking in the Trusscore, so
Right.
I don't.
Well, it's perfect like that. Oh, yeah, I never thought about that. When you pull down, it's gonna push on the bottom.
Yeah. What might need to happen is that I actually cut out the Trusscore. The other thing you could do is cut out enough of a hole and then build up washers.
Yeah, something solid
Yeah.
just behind here and here.
Yeah, you almost need to buy enough washers that it would give you like a 1/2 inch shim.
The width of the truss core.
Yeah. Or a washer, like a rubber. I wonder if those TV mounts.
Yeah, I was just gonna say we have some of those. They're pretty solid.
So we'll have to take that fully down.
Yeah, and then cut a small hole, just not big enough for washers.
Maybe we should look for that washer now.
Won't be easy, but it won't be that difficult.
Okay, so we're actually gonna use the leftover
Spacers.
TV mount spacers.
Yeah, perfect.
Let's try this again. Oh, that feels a lot more solid.
Oh yeah, wow. Now just get full relaxed. Oh, that's good.
Okay, now we're gonna figure out a location for our punching bag holder thingamabob that fastens into the ceiling joist. Punching bag thingamabob.
Hook, hanger.
Hanger? And you just had a good idea because we're trying to find the location to kind of make it square. That might actually bring it out too far though, because it's fairly far off this wall. I don't think it needs to be that far off of this wall.
I don't think it would hurt, and we have no other plans for the space.
29 1/4. 29 1/4.
Yeah.
29 1/4. So are we thinking 29 1/4 will be the outside of it or the center?
What does that mean?
Like the center of it, or are we putting it
Well,
back?
yeah, when you put it there, it seems like it's far from the wall.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
It's so weird how it's like an optical illusion.
Yeah.
I think
it needs to be back here more.
maybe somewhere like closer, but not all the way. Yeah, like that.
We'll step all the way back over there and see what that would look like, because it would be hanging down like this.
I think that's good.
Can you come hold on to it, because I want to look at it. Yeah, I don't think you would want it too much further towards the wall.
That's what I mean. I mean, this actually is equal distance from that wall and this wall. And that seems like it's too far from that wall,
Yes.
though. Yeah. It gives you enough room to like
Yeah, oh yeah, I marked
move
it.
around the bag.
Yeah, we're never going to be coming back in
No.
here, but we could be punching from this side.
The left, right, left.
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Doctor, scalpel. Thanks. Man, all I want to do is hang the punching bag now.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
A few weeks ago, I was asked to try out the new RONAPRO by Dulux line from RONA. At the time, I hadn't actually used it yet. I just picked it up with the intention of trying it out and letting you guys know what I thought once I had some real world experience with it. And since then, I've been putting it to work on a few different projects around here. And I've worked with it enough now to be able to form an opinion. One thing I've learned renovating houses over the last 20 years is that price only matters if the product actually performs. Saving money isn't really saving money if you end up doing the job twice, or the product is poor quality, or it just doesn't cover well. What I've liked about the RONAPRO by Dulux line is that it strikes a great balance between performance and value. The coverage has been solid, the finish has turned out really nice, and overall I've been happy with how it's gone on the walls and how it seems like it'll hold up over time. And honestly, when you're tackling as many projects as we are right now, finding products that deliver professional results without driving up costs is always a win. Another thing worth mentioning is that if you're a VIP Pro member at RONA, you automatically receive 10% off paint and paint accessories, which can add up pretty quickly when you're buying materials for larger projects. Between the paint line itself and the VIP Pro discount, it's nice knowing you have another option available when you're planning out a budget for a project. So if you've got some painting projects coming up, it's definitely worth checking out. I'll put the links down below if you want to learn more. Happy painting! Now that I've got all of this painting done in the front hall, it's so nice to walk in the front door. No more patchy walls, no more unfinished spaces. It looks so nice in here, and it just sets the tone. It sets the mood for the rest of the house, walking into a nice finished space, especially with this beautiful skylight. Looking good. So this is the dry core subfloor that I'm going to be using. It's got rigid foam on the bottom, so it's great for concrete applications where you've got a lot of moisture, so like basements, garages, places where you don't want wood sitting right on the concrete, and you also need air movement, which is why these dry core panels have a grid in them as well. You have to leave it a 1/4 inch off the sides of the room so that there is airflow, and it has a tongue and groove system so that they lock together. Easy to handle, obviously. They're 2x2 panels and they're about, I think, they're supposed to be like 7 pounds each. So easy to maneuver, easy to work with, and hopefully really fast to install. This concrete floor is actually pretty level too, which is nice. So I'm hoping that there doesn't need to be much shimming or leveling. I'm just gonna put it right to the concrete. To start, you need to put the tongues to the back of the space. And you also have to make sure that you're not ending with a panel that has to be cut to less than 3 inches, I believe. I have laid out the room and made sure that by the end, I don't have a little strip going in. Other than that, I'm gonna get started. I'm gonna grab a block and a hammer too, so that I can tap them into place. BRB. Having the rigid insulation on the bottom of the panel also adds R value because obviously concrete is cold. And if you laid flooring just on concrete, it would be transferring a lot of the cold up through the flooring. So it's nice to have that break with the rigid insulation. And then at the far end, a half piece to start the second row. I'd say the one thing is because they are 2x2, there's a lot of shifting of the seams, and I want them to be as tight as possible. So as I'm hammering these in, I'm kind of trying to stand on the back pieces to keep them from shifting too much. Once they're locked together, it'll be fine. Wow. Good watering, Griffey.
Dancing while you're doing it?
Good job, bud. ocean. There's whales. Look at that dorsal fin.
We got really lucky one.
Wow! I got it on film. Yeah, I think so. Wow. I'm going to end the video there, but thank you so much for tuning in, for sharing some of your time with us, for your positivity, for your comments and constructive criticism. We appreciate it all. Maybe not the trolling comments and maybe not the not so nice comments, but we appreciate most of it. And we're honored to share a little bit of our lives with you. Don't forget to hit the like button and the little bell notification so that you're notified every time I release a new episode. Have an amazing week, and I'll see you next time.